Now to suspected smugglers in federal court today.
They were arrested after vans with Chinese migrants. They were stopped in Coral Gables last month. Local 10's Christina Vasquez is live in downtown Miami with what happened in court. Christina.
And I am joining you outside federal court in downtown Miami, where 3 of the 4 defendants that are named in a recently filed grand jury indictment, according to their attorneys in court this morning, making and entering a plea of not guilty. This is in connection to the federal charges they are facing, a connection with that suspected smuggling operation, Chinese migrants that were discovered in a van in Coral Gables last month. You are about to hear from Paul Petrucci. Now, his client is one of those defendants, Joel Eusebio. Now, he tells me that there was already a pretrial detention hearing in that particular individual's case, so he is out on bond, and that the charges per this indictment that, from what we understand, was filed yesterday include transporting illegal aliens and a conspiracy to transport illegal aliens.
He's one of several defendants who was driving a van. And that's his job. His job is to drive a van. So, I mean, people really ought to be very concerned about who they work for, and the jobs that they take, and ask them questions, and don't get caught up in somebody else's crime.
So you're saying your client didn't even know that the Chinese migrants are there?
My client was driving a van. Obviously, he knew who was in it. But, you know, there's plenty of Chinese people in the United States, and there's plenty of them in Florida. The government has to prove that my client knew that they were either in the United States illegally or that they had entered the United States illegally and hadn't legalized themselves. And without proving that, the government can't prove an offense.
And right there, you just have a sliver of what he's expected to argue eventually in court, basically saying that you don't know someone's legal status by looking at them, and probably reminding a future federal jury, if it gets to that point, about the burden of proof here when it comes to the prosecution. Every one of the attorneys who represented the defendants that had that arraignment here this morning did ask for a jury trial. We have so much more for you on this case at a link on our website. That's local10.com. We're reporting live for you. I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.